brothers, we were forged in victory. A victory that ended the Great War and brought forth the reign of Mount Olympus.
What is up? Gear Squad, Chaingear here, bringing you another video, and today we are talking about a great, fantastic, ridiculously violent game that I just recently beat. That's right, Chaingear beat a game, and that is God of War 3 Remastered. God of War 3 Remastered. Guys, this game was incredible. I'm going off the bat right now and letting you guys know the verdict early, and I want you to buy this game. And I want to talk to you guys about why. Let's just jump right into this review. Again, this is Chaingear Gaming's review of God of War 3, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it. So number one is the story. If you guys don't know God of War, I would highly recommend IGN has a video that I watched to learn about God of War 1 and God of War 2, and then you can go ahead and pick up God of War 3 and watch and play the remastered version of this game. God of War 1 and God of War 2, incredible games, as well as a couple PSP games as well. If you don't know the story of God of War, you know, in a nutshell, without spoiling 3 or without spoiling kind of, you know, I don't know too much about the story, Kratos is a Spartan who somehow becomes the god of war, and he has vengeance. He seeks vengeance against Zeus, and he basically will kill anybody that gets in his way, and that's what this story is all about. It's about Kratos being crazy and just going through every single god in his way and just killing everyone. So it's about Greek and Roman mythos, Greek and Roman mythology, where again Kratos goes around and is just killing people, and it's crazy. The story is actually pretty good, I think. It is one of the issues, though, I want to say, at the end of God of War 3, the story doesn't really make too much sense. I mean, I think it does, but it's one of those things where I think it's a little bit of its weak point. But it's not a killer of the game. You should play this game. I think you'll enjoy the story if you like Greek and Roman mythology. If you're not interested in that, but you like hack and slashing your way through some stuff, then it's a good game too. And let's go ahead and jump into that. The gameplay of God of War 3 Remastered is incredible. It's solid, it's smooth, it feels really great. And God of War, the entire series of God of War, is actually all on the PS2 the PS2, aside from God of War 3, which was on the PS3. And it's just an incredible series, and I'm so surprised how well it holds up on the PlayStation 4. And let's just kind of jump into the gameplay. So it's combo based. So you press X for your light attack, triangle for your heavy attack, circle to grab enemies, X to jump, etc., etc. There are a whole bunch of different weapons. Well, there's four major weapons, as well as some gear, and all of those things can be upgraded by basically consuming these red souls that you get throughout the game. And so the whole point is to chain your combos together to kill your enemies, and build up those weapons to become incredibly powerful weapons that you gain throughout the story, kind of like that Metroidvania style game where you go throughout things, you go throughout the game, you unlock new weapons, and you use those weapons to progress through the game. Sometimes you even go back to other areas without backtracking, which I think is really cool. You don't have to like go back through the entire game, but the game will put you there for a reason, and you'll be able to use those new weapons you got to progress through the game, and it's really cool. I'm a huge fan of it. I loved all of the weapons. I used all of them. None of them was like, oh, this one's underpowered, this one's overpowered. The second you think one's overpowered, you upgrade the next one, and it feels great. And the gear is okay. The gear, you'll get like a bow and arrow, for example, and the bow and arrow kind of worthless a little bit. You get this kind of like this light thing, and like kind of like a flashlight, and like it's kind of worthless sometimes. You also get some shoes that make you run really fast. Also kind of worthless, but they're not terrible. It adds a little bit of flair to the game, and I enjoyed it. So good game overall when it comes to a great game overall when it comes to the gameplay. And I did mention the enemies as well. I think that there is a good amount of enemy variety. It's not like Borderlands 2 where there's tons of enemies. It seems like it's just endless. It's more like, think of I don't know, Dark Souls. There's like your normal guys that you're fighting, which are these little skeleton creatures. creatures, and there's a couple varieties of them. And then there's a couple varieties when it comes to the hierarchy of them, so like really strong versions of them, really armored versions of them, and then there are these like big guys that you're kind of fighting, like you fight like these Medusa kind of creatures, these Minotaurs, these Centaurs. There's all of these cool like mythological creatures that you go out and fight, and so I really like that. And then of course there are the bosses that you fight. There are titans that you will fight. There are gods that you will fight. And that's one of the greatest things about this game is you're going to fight giant titans that are the size of skyscrapers and beyond. You're also going to fight gods that are the same size as you that are going to put up just as much as a fight. And it's incredible to get through those set pieces. So okay, cool. The gameplay's awesome. The story's good. Chaingear, we get it. But how does it look? It's remastered, right? How does it look? It looks great, guys. It looks great. I'm assuming it's 1080p. It might be 60 frames. I'm not 100% sure. But it looks gorgeous. My only problem is that the video doesn't look gorgeous. And this is one of the problems with remastering games, is that if there's ever cutscenes that are video files, you can't up-res those video files, and if you do, at least I haven't seen them done well. So when I'm playing God of War 3, you know, in-game it looks incredible. The engine looks incredible. All the lighting and all that stuff, it looks great. But then it cuts to the video, and it's like PS2, PS3 age video. This is like standard, not standard definition, but like 720 and lower. And it's like, come on, man. I'm on my 4K TV, and these videos look like crap. But it's okay. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I don't mind looking at the older videos, cutting in from you know, from the engine, and there's a lot of things that happen in engine. Only every once in a while does it switch to the videos, and the videos really are awesome still. So I really enjoy it. So there's also some other extras as well I actually want to mention. There's not only can you beat the game and there's different difficulties, there's also kind of like you can go back into the game and play with these different items that allow you to have things more challenging or easier. You can play on different difficulties, as I mentioned. There's also a challenge mode where you have to like kill a specific amount of enemies at a specific time, and there are 2 different challenge modes. I'm not sure if that was DLC or something in the original game, but there's a lot of content here. Beat the game and then beat the challenges, try it again on a different difficulty, go back and just play with all of these cool you know, cool gadgets and stuff. It's really cool. Also the trophies are really great as well. I wanted to mention that too. I feel like I could go through and platinum this game. Don't think I will, but I could. Alright, so story, gameplay, graphics. How about the sound? How does it sound? The music is incredible, guys. Horns everywhere. I think that was the coolest part, is there's all this brass in it. Honestly, when I was playing it, it reminded me of Destiny. And when I say that, I don't mean Destiny as in like space, but these like grand horns being like burr, 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 like just this like really intense, like, oh wow, this is large, this is vast. Things that are happening here are impactful and powerful. And horns and the brass instruments really have a great job of doing that. Really deep drums. It's all just really cool. And another thing is that they actually have music singing about Kratos, who's the main character of the game, and so they're like, Kratos, and I thought that was really cool. So it really sets the vibe, it sets the tone. And not only music, but the voice actors as well. Every voice actor was incredible. At no point was I like, oh man, these lines are, I've heard this person over and over again. The main character wasn't Nolan North or Troy Baker. The main character is actually an awesome jazz singer named T.C. Carlson, and he was incredible. T.C. Carson, not Carlson, Carson, and he was incredible. The voice of Kratos is awesome, and he's coming back, I believe, in the new game. And that kind of brings me to the end here. You already know the verdict. I love this game, and I honestly think you should buy it. If it's ever on sale, don't even think about it. Just grab the game, play it. I think you're gonna love it. But if it's full price and you're really jonesing for some crazy, very visceral, kind of crazy, violent game, this is a good one to grab. With not that bad of a, you know, I mean, it's all great. I love the game. But the reason I actually play this game is because there's a new God of War coming out. I don't want to spoil it, but at the end of God of War, you'll see something happen, and it'll make you question, what? How did we get from here to the new God of War? So there's all these videos about God of War, the new God of War, and the trailers. Again, I would spoil it for you guys because it is an older game. Even the remaster is very old at this point. Not very old, but old enough. But I am doing this review so you guys can go out and grab it yourself. So if you guys have beaten the game, or if you guys have played it maybe back in the day, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's the end of this review. I'm not going to rate it. I'm not going to give it stars out of a number of stars or you know, how much you should buy buy it for. I think you should pick up this game, and I hope you do. But again, in the comment section, are you guys excited for the new God of War? And did you play God of War 3? Because I'd love to know your thoughts on it. All right, thanks so much, guys. This is kind of a new format for reviews for me. I haven't done reviews in a while, so I hope you like this. And if you do, leave a like. If you don't, dislike it, but please let me know why in the comment section below. I will see you guys online. If you're subscribed and you got those notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, guys.